Well, hello YouTube. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but it's been busy. And got a little, we had a kid come visit with us. He's kind of, we're kind of halfway. I call him my son. I mean, he's been around us forever. I think he's what, 4th grade now, but ever since he was a little kid. His mom, she had problems, when she was young and couldn't take care of him and stuff, and got the kid taken away from her, and we kept him and I don't know, for a good year, maybe. No, it was longer than that. Anyway, we had him a good couple years, and she's got him back now, and she's got a good job, and she's straightened her act up, but he still comes and visits us all the time. And I got this is Blake's. I bought this motorcycle brand new for Blake in 2007, and Blake never did ride it too much. It sat outside for long. I forgot about it. It was behind the house over here, and completely forgot about it. And Eli wanted to ride it. Anyway, Oscar sees something out on the road. Colt, get in the house. Colt, one. Anyways, Blake's dog loves to run up and down the fence and bark at everybody and be annoying. But anyway, we got it running for him. It took a little bit. I had to, somehow water got in it sitting out there, and it had the cylinder wall rusted on it, and we got it all running for him there. We got it freed up, and we had to fix the flat on the back. Now the front tire's flat. That he has rode the hell out of that thing here the last couple days. He's gone now. He took off, went back to Alturas. But that little 2-stroke, once I got this, I put a new plug in it, cleaned the cylinder all up, pulled the carburetor off, put it in chem dip, blew the jets out in the thing, and it took me a little while to get I kept having to spray brake clean down pull the plug hole out, spray brake clean down there, and I kept getting rust on the plug, and I'd foul the plug and get it wet, and I'd clean the plug back off, stick it back in, it'd try to fire, and it kept doing that and doing that. It took me about 10 times of pulling that plug out and cleaning it out. And finally, I got it to where it run, and it runs like a top now. Here, just to show you. What do you think, Daisy? I know Daisy don't like. There's Daisy. She don't like this. You don't like this, girl. Yeah. Those old 2-strokes are pretty impressive, you know what? Anyway, I guess figured I better get a video out. I've been busier than hell, and then, to be completely honest with you, I get a little bit disgusted with some of the comments on there, and I probably shouldn't, but you just work your ass off, and you got to listen to some dipshit run you down, and you just like, well, the hell with it, And anyway, I guess I need to get over it and just move on. So I'll make this video here. This is a 2011 f250. And this guy here, actually, his name's Larry Hagenall. They owned a auto body repair and a repair shop. They did auto body and repair, automotive side, on down in Mount Shasta, California. I mean, they had that shop down there for probably 30 years, and they finally all I think there was 3 brothers in there, and they all retired, and they sold the place. And Larry, he lives up here in Chiloquin. But this is 2011. He's not too happy with this newer Ford because it's got DEF on it, and it's already got a problem. He still has his, I think that one he's got's a 99 with a 7.3, and it's got 450,000 miles on it. So let's look up the code. I got my Autel scanner hooked to it, and we got a few codes. The one that kept really coming up the other day was this invalid data received from the NOx #1 sensor is a different one, so we're going to ignore that for right now. We're going to go with the open circuit code for the what we can do though, just to get us a fresh code. Let's clear it and see if it comes back. There's a short circuit one and stuff there too, but it's saying that let's Did it come back? Yeah, it came right back. So let's go back to continuous memory DTCs. That means continuous memory diagnostic trouble codes. We'll go ahead and read them again, saying that the pressure sensor circuit for the DEF pump is open circuited. See, now it's saying low. So P204C. 204C is the one that keeps coming back. So let's type that into Identifix here and see what that comes up with, so we can get as a P204C. Oh wait, I gotta type the vehicle in there, ding dong. 2012. Oh, is this a 250, 350? What is this thing? It's a 250. Larry and them, though, they didn't work on many of these diesel pickups and stuff. So it's not a King Ranch. I don't know if it's an XL or XLT. I think it's an XLT. You know, these XLs even come with power windows, and it's got to be an XLT because it has the door code. Most of these. It's a Lariat. Okay. So it's a Lariat 6.7. It's that one right there. And then we'll type that code number in there. We'll go over here to keyword P204C. Search. I know it's hard to see the screen with the glare on it, but I'm sure somebody will berate me over that. Alright, not going over 50 miles an hour. It has some codes, but they jumped around. You can kind of go on this Identifix, and these are confirmed fixes that other mechanics that have this program, they put them on there, and you can go over them, which sometimes helps. I always go look and see what it helps you, you know, it's what they do, you know, and it gives you the symptoms of what the vehicle is doing. Customer concern, not going over 50 miles an hour, has some codes, but they jumped around. Codes 204C, 204F. So happened after replacing all injectors. Well, he didn't change injectors. You start check for loss of reference voltage on key. No, I'm not doing that. I know. Okay, so it asks you here if, is this recording? It asks you here if DTC's 204B, 204C, 204D, or 204E present. Well, 204C is. So for 204B, they tell you to go RF2. For all others, go to RF3. I'll just click on RF3. RF3, check the reductant pressure sensor circuits for an open. Ignition off. Reductant pressure sensor connector is disconnected. PCMT connector disconnected. Measure the resistance between. Some of these, what do they call? They're some of the OEM diagnostics. I don't like the way they do things. There's simpler ways to do things. Basically, what they're wanting you to do is take the PCM harness and check resistance clear from the back of the vehicle, clear to the front of the vehicle, which is it's just a pain in the butt. There's simpler ways to do things. Alright, so after some fumbling around, I found, okay, here's a picture of the tank, the pump, and the heater, the line heater, and all that stuff's incorporated into all this, the tank heater and all that shit. Reductant line pressure heater assembly, reductant pressure sensor, RDPS, that's right over here. It's over here towards the vent on the tank. So now that we know that's the one that we're looking for, okay, let me close that, and then I'm going to go over here. Obviously it's a pressure sensor, so it's going to be a 3-wire sensor. So I want to go to, I'm in vehicle, hold on a second. I'm in vehicle location charts, I think. Trying to find out what's what here. Good grief, man. There's a ton of stuff on here. So, now that we know that, let's go to connector views. And I don't know, we'll have to look through this one and find. I'm just gonna have to go through and look because they don't tell you what the. Oh, wait a second, you dumbass! I think it told you what number that was on there. Let me go back. Sorry. I kind of you haven't been working on very many Fords lately, and I used to be pretty used to this, but I've been working on a lot more insights, and you're used to looking at intellect instead of this. Let's go back to the location charts and go back down to that one. Down to R. Reductant, pressure sensor, C3615. I think that's the one I'm looking for. Okay, let's go back up here. Whoa, whoa, Nelly, whoa. Let's minimize that. Let's go back up to connector views. Yeah, see, and then we go down to the number. Now I already forgot it by the time I get there. 3615 is what it should be. There we go, finally. Okay, so pin 1, powertrain voltage reference transmission. What? Okay. Reductant pressure sensor, RDP. That's got to be the signal. Here's the signal return. It's pin number 3. Okay. So let me see if we can get in there and get it unplugged, and we'll check it out. Okay, this is our 3-wire pressure sensor right here. Making sure that looks good there. So the terminals are pretty small, the holes are in it, so I'm going to have to do something like this. Stick some connectors in there that are a little bit smaller. So pin 1 is supposed to be voltage reference. An easy way to do that is take this here magnet, or this, take your meter. I know you can't see that, but just if you got a good signal return and you have a good 5-volt reference, you can go put your positive lead on your signal line and your return lead on your ground, and you should have 5 volts. Okay, and we have 5 volts right there. See, guys, we have 5 volts. Okay, so we know that we have a good signal, and we have a good signal return, and we know we have a good 5-volt reference. So now what we're going to do, we know that the middle wire is our signal line. So what we can do is take our 5-volt reference. You can do it either way, but what I do is take the 5-volt reference and short it to the signal. If we shorted the signal to the well, we should, you know what, I'm thinking wrong, guys. We should be able to see on the PID the parameters. We should be able to go in there and look and see 5 volts. That's what we should see. So let's touch them together. We'll see if our DCM responds correctly. Oh. Okay, so what we got to do here, let's get out of that. Let's go back and go to, it's going to throw a lot of codes because we have that unplugged too. It's going to have a shorted high, or high voltage code, because it's unplugged for one thing. Reductant pressure sensor circuit low, okay. Reduction pressure sensor circuit intermittent erratic. So let's go in here and look at, go to the live data. And let's go down to reductant pressure sensor. Hopefully it shows it a PID on this auto for the signal. And if it shows that, then that's kind of weird. While then that means we must have a bad reductant pressure sensor or a bad connection where it plugs into the actual sensor. Let's go down here and see if it's even in there. Okay, reductant, injector duty cycle, line heater, reductant line pressure, sensor voltage. See right there, guys? Reductant pressure, sensor voltage. We have the 5-volt reference line shorted to our signal line, and we're not getting any response back here to the PCM. That means the wire, that's the wire we're looking for. We're looking for this broken, we got an open signal line somewhere. Okay, so, you know, that's what I was talking about. In about 5 minutes, you can unplug that sensor and do the procedure we just did there. When this running a wire clear from that PCM terminal all the way back here to check continuity, that's not, you know, it's just takes too long when that's just a much simpler way. We already know that we're not getting any, we already know we had 5-volt reference, we had a signal return, but we know that we shorted our 5-volt reference line to our signal line, and we should be getting 5 volts back at the PCM on our scan tool, and we're not. So we know that our signal line is open. We did that in about 5 minutes. Okay, so you can skip all this crap. So it's check reductant pressure sensor circuits for a short to ground. It's not a short to ground. We have a open circuit. So I'm looking for, no, not short to voltage. So what they want you to do here, see, now if you had, let's go back up for the open circuit and let's see what they tell you to do here. Are the resistance less than 5 ohms? If you say no, carry out the selective catalyst reduction system procedure, drive cycles. I'll go to RF4. So I guess if they were less than 5 ohms, that means it would be an open circuit. Is that what they're saying here? Okay. It's just it's a big circle jerk and it gets you nowhere. Okay, so repair short circuit and correct PCM operation. Disconnect all PCM connectors, visually inspect for push out. No, it's just stupid the way this thing does. I mean, I need to find out where the I'm going to tell you right now, that procedure sucks. No wonder the Ford guys get it wrong all the time. They have really shitty procedures to go off of. So we know our 5-volt reference line is dead. Going back to the PCM, what we need to do is find out this connector. Everything on these pumps connects to that connector right there. That's the main harness connector. So what you need to do is you need to find that main harness connector, and then we need to find out if the wire is good from here to here. And if it's good from there to there and the connector in looks good, you know, that's the next thing we do. We got to find out whether the wire's good from there to there or here. I just got to figure out, actually these wires are colored. I might not even have to look that up. Let's see here. The wire I'm looking for is a white or a blue with a white tracer. A blue with a white tracer. Well, let me see if I can get this unplugged in here, guys, and find this. Alright, so if you're a big guy, you're probably not going to be able to do this. But I have one thing going for me. I'm a little guy. Lately I haven't had a whole lot going for me. I've had a lot of screw-ups here lately. It's just been a round of bad luck and just stupid things. That 8100, I got to buy 2 turbos for that tractor. So I got it all back together, and the first turbo went out, and I thought, well, it's just a bad turbo. Then the reman turbo went out, and then I left and went to another job while we were waiting on parts. And then the owner actually tore it apart, and I left a plug and the pressure line on the cooler end going to the turbo, and I feel like such a freaking jack off. I'm just disgusted with myself over the whole thing. My wife keeps telling me to move on and keep going, and I have a hard time with failure, I really do. and costing people time and money, and it really bothers me. And I just can't believe I did that. It's been a while since I've had a good screw up like that. Just forgetfulness, you know. So I'm just gonna eat the whole bill and call it good and move on. That's all I can do, you know. I'm a human. Just a stupid mistake. Alright, so we got that clip there, and we need to find... I gotta get my arm around the shock tower here. And I believe, if I'm not seeing things in the light wrong, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3 over. Wow, it kind of sucks trying to get back in there. I might have to have... I don't know if I can get that in there or not. Okay, so it's going to be 3 over. Okay. I don't know if this is going to go in there. Not really. Let me pull this one here out and put it in there. Yeah, I feel like shit about the entire thing, you know, just absolutely feel like shit. Just makes me sick to my stomach. Let's see, how many rows are there on here? What the hell's the deal here? It's 1, 2. I'm doing something wrong here. I know I am. Yeah, it's one of these male pins is what it is. I'm pretty certain that it's gonna be like 1, 2. Yeah, that ain't working. Hey. So there's something wrong between the wire. Unless there's more than one blue wire with a white tracer. I only see one. There's only one blue wire with a white tracer in there. Okay. And it's gonna be the 3rd wire over. Do I have this on beep? Yep. Okay. So something's going on with this wire between there and there. Alright guys, I just, before I ran the new wire, I just happened to notice this right here. Here's the broken wire. There's the broken wire right there. Okay. Let's fix this broken wire. I'm going to solder it. I'm going to strip this crap here back, and we'll get some heat shrink, and we'll get some... I'm getting to where, you know, a lot of this, I don't know, man. Sometimes, you know, I had that problem with that tractor, and it discourages me sometimes, and I'm getting where I don't know. I don't know what to say. Some of this big, heavy work, I don't know if I really want to do it even anymore. You know, guys like me that do this kind of stuff, when you make a mistake like that, there's so much liability anymore. It's just like, why even do it? Just do this kind of stuff. This is, I think I'm halfway decent at this stuff, fixing and wiring, and, you know, and it pays just as much, and then you don't have near the liability on your hands as doing them transmissions and them engines all the time. I don't know, but then I don't know. Then if I did it, I'd probably feel like a quitter, and it's about the last thing I'd ever want to do is be a damn quitter. You know? But then again, you don't like working for free. It's kind of a tough situation to be in, but I don't know, I should probably just quit bitching about it. It's like, you know, the first time it's happened to me, and I just moved on, and yeah, I don't know, I had probably 20-25 hours into that whole job, you know, and a couple $1,000 worth, you know, I think $1,200 a turbo, 2 turbos. So you might as well just write the whole damn job off pretty much. So is what it is. Let's see if I can cut my finger off. Already broke the tip off this darn Leatherman. Doing something I probably shouldn't have been doing with it, because I didn't want to make another trip to the toolbox. Anyway, I'm going to strip this back, and I got to peel it back far enough to where I can get heat shrink on it, run it down the wire. What I should do is probably just do it like this, strip the rest of this on this end, and I can slide it down towards the connector. If you guys can see what I'm doing here. That's one thing about it, you know. Golly, you got to make it right. I'm just not that kind of guy to where I could do something like that to somebody, and you know, it was painfully obvious it was my fault, you know, and you just got to make it right, whatever you can do. It ain't the end of the world, but it sucks. Alright, I'm going to strip these off, solder these wires. That ought to be fun, trying to get up in there and solder these. Can I get out there maybe easier? Yeah, maybe I'll scoot over there on that end. I'm going to plug this end back in, and we'll get these wire fixed, and then I'll show you if we fixed it or not. Alright, let's see here. This is kind of a difficult thing, but let's see what we can do. That's a pretty good connection there now. Just let it cool down a little bit before I try to slide that heat shrink over it. That ain't too bad. Okay. Okay, and I got some electrical tape, unless I forgot it, which can very well happen with me. Absent-minded fool, as in the turbo, of leaving a stupid plug in the pressure line, and amazingly the fitting's still screwed onto it. But it is what it is. I know I'm dwelling on it. I'm frickin' dwelling on it. To pick up with me today, and she told me just let it go. You know, it ain't the money. It's the downtime. To me, I cost the guy downtime and cost him money, and you know, and fall farming time is very important, and the quick turnaround on that just didn't happen. It was just a total cluster, and a great part of it was my fault, and just that's what really bothers me. It really bothers me, man. I actually really do care. I really do. And the biggest thing is reputation, you know. And I've done this before. I've had some mistakes that I've really had to cost me a whole lot of money, and I've made it right, and you know what? The people never called me back again, and you're thinking, man, I made it right, and they still didn't call me back. And then they'll go to these other outfits that don't make anything right, and I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. It is what it is. To each their own. Where is that? This is the hard part here, is trying to figure out. Trying to see it back in here. I don't know. if I need to go like that or like that. Alright, so I got that one plugged in. I think I got that one plugged in good. Let's go see if the codes will clear on it. Alright. Let's go. Boom. Race. Please. Please. Alright. I don't know. I'm still getting a code here for something. Still getting the code for something. How can that be open? Reductant heater A control circuit open. Did it not clear it? I just fixed the wire that was broken too. How can it tell me that's not there? I mean, do I have to go to another part of the PCM to clear that or something? I just fixed the wire there. I know that was broken too. Okay, now, okay, that code cleared. Now we've got a reductant heater control circuit open code. And that's after I mess with that big plug-in. So that's where I always find these problems, is right there on that plug-in. I gotta find that out now. Well, this one here is the heater. And he said he just put one in it. He bought a cheap one on the internet, but let's wait for this thing to read the codes. Reductant heater control circuit open. So what I did, first thing I did was check. So if you got DTC P029, I've got a 20, golly, I'm trying to remember which one I had now. I had a 20B9. So if you've got a 209F, okay, 20B9, go to RH2, and that's what I did. I wanted to see what the resistance was on the heater. And you're supposed to go basically from the, the power and the ground side of the heater. It's supposed to be 1 to 2.5 ohms. I'm getting almost 2,000 kilo ohms off of it. So right then I knew that the heater wasn't any good. So I'll check it again just to show you. Oh, let me get back underneath here. Get the old meter out. Trying to find my other terminal in that I had. Might have to look for that before I show you. That's one of them. Should be another one here somewhere. Hold on, let me find that. Son of a bitch. Alright, so this orange and blue, this blue wire with the orange tracer, that's the signal, and then this is the ground for that. Pin 1 is the signal, and pin 2. So what I did is I ohm checked it from here to this end of the harness, and then I checked the wires. I back probed the harness on the other side of it and checked it from side to side here too, and the wires all were fine. So I also checked the resistance from here to here. Just gonna throw a bunch of codes in there now because I got that unplugged with the key on. This is the component side we're checking here. So pin 1 to pin 2 on this side, we should have 1 to 2.5 ohms. Come on, trying to get my finger to work here. Kilo ohms. Get over there where I can read that. Pretty sure that says kilo ohms, so I can wipe the shit off of it there where I might be able to see it. Wonder if I go like that, if it'll read either. See, it won't even read on a continuity test. Go to, because the resistance is too high. Yeah, kilo ohms, almost 3 kilo ohms, 3,000 ohms. That's way too much. Just to prove my point, I have a pack of resistors in the shop, and I'm going to stick a 1.2 ohm resistor in it and see if the code goes away. Okay, here's a 1.5 ohm resistor, and I'm going to go right in there with it. Pretty small. I don't know if it's going to make contact. That's the problem. May not make contact, so I don't know if it's going to work. I'm just kind of messing around here. Get out of there. Let's just see what we got for... I know I'm going to have this code in here. Let's go back to read codes. It may not make contact. It's going to have a bunch of codes there because the thing's unplugged, but I'm just looking to see if that one went away. So look at there, guys. That's what the problem is. Reductant level sensor circuit, reductant tank temperature sensor circuit. We have no reductant heater code now. So that's what it is. It's got such high resistance that it's throwing an open circuit code. So anyways, that's for certain what it is. See, it's kind of cool having those resistors, and you can kind of test that stuff, and you know for 100% certain that's what it is. So anyways, I guess I'll be calling him, telling him to get another, see if the outfit he bought this from wants to warranty it or what they want to do. So anyways, thanks for watching.